She cried loudly in her room 3 hours ago. My beloved child, 3 hours ago, behind a closed door, a sound rose that no one was supposed to hear. It was not ordinary crying. It was the kind that shakes the air, the kind that comes after holding everything in for far too long. You may think this has nothing to do with you, but listen closely, because moments like this do not happen without meaning. When tears fall like that, something hidden breaks open. A truth escapes. A decision forms. Stay till the end, because what you are about to understand was set in motion long before that door closed, and it is still unfolding right now. In that room, she wasn't just crying about pain. She was crying because she finally realized something she had been avoiding. A memory resurfaced. A sentence echoed in her mind. A name appeared that she tried to forget. The walls heard everything, even if the world did not. This is where things change. People believe silence is empty, but silence is where the biggest shifts begin. Don't skip this part of the story, because while her tears were falling, something else was happening quietly, something that connects directly to you in a way you never expected. Something huge is waiting for you at the end of this realization. What makes this moment powerful is not the crying itself, but what followed after. The sudden stillness. The deep breath. The look into the dark, as if she was finally ready to face what she had been running from. This was not weakness. This was preparation. When someone cries like that, they are standing at the edge of a choice that can change many lives, not just their own. Stay till the end of this journey, because the reason this moment is being revealed to you now is simple: you are not a spectator. You are part of the unseen connection that began the instant her tears touched the floor, and what happens next will make everything clear. The night did not end when her crying stopped. That was only the beginning of the echo. What happened next was the kind of quiet that feels louder than sound, the kind that presses against the chest and refuses to leave. In that silence, she replayed everything. Every moment she stayed strong when she wanted to break, every time she smiled while carrying a weight no one noticed. This was not random emotion. This was a build-up reaching its limit. Stay till the end, because this silence holds a message meant to travel far beyond that room, and it is moving closer to you with every second. She sat there realizing that some connections never truly disappear, no matter how deeply they are buried. Certain bonds stretch across time, distance, and unspoken words. While she wiped her tears, her thoughts returned again and again to one unanswered question, one presence that never fully left her heart. This is where the shift happened. Pain turned into clarity. Confusion turned into resolve. Don't skip this moment, because when clarity arrives after tears, it brings consequences. Something huge is waiting for you in the truth she finally accepted, and it carries your reflection within it. What most people will never know is that moments like this create ripples. One person's breakdown can quietly awaken another's destiny. While the world slept, a decision was forming, steady and irreversible. She did not speak it out loud, but her heart did. From this point forward, nothing remains accidental. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the reason you are hearing this now is not coincidence. You are connected to this turning point, and what began with tears is preparing to reveal something that will soon be impossible to ignore. The air in that room felt different after the decision settled in her chest, as if the walls themselves understood that something irreversible had just been chosen. She stood up slowly, not rushed, not afraid, carrying a calm that only comes after deep emotional storms. This calm was powerful, not empty. It was the quiet strength of someone who has finally stopped running. Stay till the end, because this calm is not the end of the story, it is the signal that everything is about to move forward in ways you did not prepare for. Her thoughts became sharp and clear, cutting through months of doubt in a single moment. She realized that waiting had cost her more than speaking ever could. What hurt the most was not what happened, but what never happened. This understanding changed her posture, her breathing, her focus. Don't skip this, because when regret transforms into courage, actions follow quickly. Something huge is waiting for you in what she is now ready to do, and the timing of this readiness is not random, it aligns with a shift happening around you as well. Some people think destiny arrives with noise, but real turning points arrive silently. While no one was watching, she prepared herself to step into a truth that could no longer be denied. A message formed in her heart before it ever reached her lips. Stay till the end of this revelation, because the moment she takes her next step, it will not just change her direction. It will cross paths with yours, bringing answers you have felt coming but could never explain until now. The moment drew closer, not with noise, but with certainty. Somewhere between night and morning, she understood that some truths refused to stay hidden forever. Her heart was no longer heavy, it was focused. Every tear had washed away fear, leaving behind a direction she could no longer ignore. Stay till the end, because when someone reaches this state, life begins rearranging itself around them. What felt distant before is now moving with intention, and this movement carries a message meant to reach exactly where you are. She looked at the clock and realized how precise the timing was. 3 hours had passed, yet it felt like a lifetime had shifted inside her. This was not impulse. This was alignment. Every sign she once dismissed suddenly made sense, connecting into a single, undeniable truth. Don't skip this part, because clarity like this does not visit often. Something huge is waiting for you in the realization she embraced, and it is tied to a moment you have been sensing but could not name until now. What comes next is not dramatic on the surface, but it is powerful beneath it. A step will be taken, a silence will be broken, and a path will open that cannot be closed again. The reason you are hearing this now is because you are meant to recognize the shift before it becomes visible to everyone else. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when her choice meets your awareness, the connection will feel undeniable, and the truth behind those tears will finally reveal why this moment was never meant to pass unnoticed. The day began, but it did not feel like an ordinary morning. Something unseen had already changed the rhythm of her thoughts, as if the night had whispered instructions only she could hear. She moved through the hours with intention, not hesitation, carrying the weight of a truth that no longer frightened her. Stay till the end, because when someone wakes up after a moment like that, the world starts responding in subtle but undeniable ways. Her attention kept drifting toward a single thought, one she had tried to silence for a long time. It returned not with pain, but with purpose. The fear of being misunderstood faded, replaced by the need to be honest at last. Don't skip this, because honesty born from tears is never weak, it is precise. Something huge is waiting for you in the action she is now preparing to take, and it is closer than you realize. What makes this moment powerful is that nothing appears dramatic, yet everything is aligned. A message will soon be sent, a truth will soon be acknowledged, and the distance between what was felt and what is spoken will finally disappear. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when that distance closes, it will touch more than one life. The echo of her tears is still moving, and it is about to reach exactly where it was always meant to land. The closer the moment comes, the stronger the pull becomes. She feels it in the pauses between her thoughts, in the way her heart reacts before her mind can explain why. This is no longer about emotion alone, it is about alignment. Everything that once felt delayed now feels perfectly timed. Stay till the end, because when timing shifts like this, it is a sign that something long awaited is finally ready to surface. She revisits the past, not to suffer, but to understand. Each memory now carries a lesson instead of pain. What once felt confusing now feels obvious, almost inevitable. Don't skip this, because understanding changes behavior, and behavior changes outcomes. Something huge is waiting for you in the outcome that is forming right now, quietly but firmly, just beyond what you can see. Soon, a simple moment will carry extraordinary weight. A glance, a word, a brief pause will hold more meaning than long explanations ever could. This is how real change arrives, without force, without noise, but with certainty. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when that moment arrives, you will recognize it instantly. It will feel familiar, intentional, and unmistakably connected to what began with those tears hours ago. The waiting does not feel empty anymore, it feels charged, like the air before a turning point. She senses that the next step will not demand courage, only honesty, and that realization steadies her in a way nothing else could. This is what happens after a deep release, clarity sharpens, and the heart stops arguing with itself. Stay till the end, because when inner conflict ends, movement begins, and that movement carries purpose. Her focus shifts outward now, toward the world she once avoided facing. She notices signs she ignored before, small confirmations appearing at just the right moments. These are not coincidences, they are responses. Don't skip this part, because awareness invites alignment, and alignment opens doors that seemed permanently closed. Something huge is waiting for you in the door that is slowly opening, even if you cannot see it fully yet. What comes next will feel natural, almost simple, yet its impact will be lasting. A connection will strengthen, a truth will settle, and a sense of direction will lock into place. Stay till the end of this journey, because when this alignment completes itself, the reason for every tear, every delay, and every unanswered moment will finally become clear, and the path forward will no longer feel uncertain. The sense of inevitability grows stronger, not heavy, but grounding. She understands now that some moments are not meant to be rushed or avoided, they are meant to be met fully. Her breathing slows, her thoughts settle, and a quiet confidence replaces the questions that once kept her awake. Stay till the end, because when confidence arrives without force, it signals that the heart and mind are finally moving together. She begins to notice how everything around her mirrors this inner shift. Conversations feel clearer. Decisions feel lighter. Even silence feels supportive rather than lonely. Don't skip this, because this harmony did not come easily. It was earned through every tear that fell in that room. Something huge is waiting for you in this harmony, because when someone reaches this state, their next action carries a truth that cannot be mistaken or ignored. Soon, the waiting will turn into motion, and the motion will feel unmistakably right. No grand announcement, no dramatic display, just a step taken with certainty. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when that step happens, it will confirm what you may already feel deep inside, that what began with a moment of raw emotion is now guiding events toward a meeting, a message, or a realization that was always meant to arrive exactly now. The weight of what is coming no longer feels distant, it feels present, like a truth standing just behind the next breath. She senses it in moments when her thoughts suddenly pause, as if something unseen is asking her to pay attention. This is not anxiety. This is recognition. The kind that arrives when life is about to answer a question you stopped asking out loud. Stay till the end, because moments like this do not repeat often, and they never come without purpose. Something huge is waiting for you in this pause, hidden inside what feels like stillness. She reflects on how many times she ignored her own intuition, mistaking it for fear or imagination. Now she understands the difference. Fear drains energy. Truth gives it back. What she feels now is strength, quiet but unshakable. Every tear she cried 3 hours ago was part of a release she did not know she needed. Don't skip this, because release clears space, and space invites change. Something huge is waiting for you in the space that has just opened, a space where honesty can finally breathe without resistance. As time moves forward, she becomes aware that this moment is bigger than her emotions alone. It carries consequences that extend outward, touching lives connected by choices, timing, and unspoken understanding. This is where many stories turn without warning. No signs, no countdowns, just a sudden alignment that feels undeniable once it happens. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because the reason you are hearing this now is not accidental. You are close to the point where observation turns into realization, and realization turns into truth. What began with tears is now preparing to speak clearly, and when it does, you will understand why this moment could never be ignored. The moment does not announce itself, it arrives quietly, almost respectfully, as if waiting for permission to be felt. She notices a shift in her chest, a calm certainty replacing every last trace of doubt. This is the kind of certainty that doesn't demand proof, it simply exists. Stay till the end, because when certainty appears like this, it means a chapter is closing and another is already opening, whether anyone is ready or not. She realizes that the crying was never about weakness or loss, but about truth finally finding its way out. Truth has a way of surfacing when it can no longer be ignored. Every emotion that overwhelmed her hours ago was guiding her toward this exact awareness. Don't skip this, because awareness changes perspective, and perspective changes destiny. Something huge is waiting for you in the understanding she has reached, and it connects directly to a moment you may have felt approaching without knowing why. Now, there is nothing left to delay. What remains is simple and powerful: follow through. The hesitation that once held her back has dissolved, replaced by trust in what feels undeniably right. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when the next step is taken, it will not feel surprising, it will feel familiar, as if it was always meant to happen this way. The echo of her tears is fading, but what they awakened is only just beginning to reveal itself. The realization settles deeper now, not as a sudden thought, but as a steady knowing that refuses to fade. She understands that some moments are given only once, and missing them changes everything. This awareness sharpens her focus, turning hesitation into readiness. Stay till the end, because when readiness replaces fear, events begin to align with surprising speed, and what felt distant starts moving closer. She becomes aware of how connected everything truly is. A single night. A single release. A single decision. Each piece fits together, forming a pattern that was invisible before. Don't skip this, because patterns reveal intention, and intention reveals direction. Something huge is waiting for you in this direction, and it is pulling both of you toward the same point without force or struggle. What happens next will not need explanation. The energy has already shifted, and the path ahead feels clear in a way it never did before. Stay till the end of this journey, because when this alignment completes itself, the reason behind her tears, the silence that followed, and the calm that replaced it will finally make sense. What once felt like an ending is now quietly proving itself to be the beginning of something unavoidable. The truth begins to feel heavier, not in a painful way, but in a meaningful one. She carries it with awareness now, understanding that some realizations change how you see everything that comes after. Her mind no longer wanders, it stays present, anchored in what matters. Stay till the end, because when the mind settles like this, it is preparing to witness something real, something that does not need imagination to feel powerful. She notices how the smallest details suddenly stand out, the tone of a voice, the timing of a message, the silence between words. These details were always there, but only now do they speak clearly. Don't skip this, because clarity sharpens perception, and perception reveals what has been hidden in plain sight. Something huge is waiting for you in what she is finally able to see, a truth that connects moments you thought were unrelated. As this awareness deepens, she understands that the night of tears was a threshold, not a breakdown. Crossing it changed her relationship with fear, with waiting, with uncertainty. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when someone crosses a threshold like this, their next encounter carries meaning far beyond chance. What is approaching now will feel intentional, precise, and unmistakably tied to everything that led up to this moment. The energy around her continues to shift, steady and deliberate, as if the world itself is adjusting to her decision. She feels grounded now, no longer searching for signs, because the answer has already settled within her. This is the calm that comes after acceptance, the kind that does not ask questions anymore. Stay till the end, because acceptance is the doorway through which real change quietly walks in. Her awareness expands beyond herself, and she begins to sense how her choice touches more than one path. Connections that felt distant start to feel present, almost near enough to reach. Don't skip this, because proximity is not always physical, sometimes it is emotional, sometimes it is destined. Something huge is waiting for you in this closeness, a moment where separation loses its power and understanding takes its place. Now, everything feels aligned without effort. There is no need to force outcomes or chase answers. What is meant to unfold is already moving. Stay till the end of this journey, because when alignment like this settles in, it signals that the next moment will not be random. It will arrive with purpose, carrying clarity for both sides of a story that began with tears and is now preparing to reveal its deeper meaning. The atmosphere around her feels charged now, not with urgency, but with meaning. She senses that what is unfolding is bigger than emotion, bigger than a single night. It feels like a line has been crossed, one that cannot be uncrossed. Her thoughts return again and again to the same realization: some truths wait until the exact right moment to rise, and when they do, they demand to be honored. Stay till the end, because this realization is not passing through her life quietly. It is anchoring itself, preparing to influence what happens next in a way that will soon be impossible to ignore. She understands now why everything felt delayed before. It was not denial, and it was not failure. It was preparation. The tears were the final release of resistance, the last barrier between knowing and acting. Don't skip this, because when resistance falls away, intention becomes powerful. Something huge is waiting for you in this intention, because intention directs energy, and energy reshapes outcomes. What once felt uncertain now feels aligned, as if events are lining up to meet her halfway instead of pulling her apart. This is the moment where patience transforms into movement. Not rushed, not forced, but certain. She no longer wonders if she is doing the right thing, she knows she is doing the necessary thing. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when necessity meets courage, reality responds. The reason this story is reaching you now is because awareness always arrives before manifestation. What began with tears in a closed room is no longer confined there. It is expanding outward, carrying clarity, intention, and a shift that will soon make sense to you in a way words alone cannot explain. The momentum is undeniable now, moving forward without resistance. She feels it in the way her thoughts no longer circle back to doubt, in the way her heart stays steady even in uncertainty. This is not blind confidence, it is earned trust in what has been revealed. Stay till the end, because when trust replaces hesitation, the path ahead begins to open on its own. She becomes aware that the past no longer holds power over her decisions. What once felt heavy now feels resolved, as if it has completed its role. Don't skip this, because resolution creates freedom, and freedom invites action that is clear and intentional. Something huge is waiting for you in this freedom, because when one person steps forward without fear, it often unlocks movement in another. Now, the focus shifts from internal preparation to outward expression. A truth is ready to move beyond thought and into reality. Stay till the end of this journey, because when expression follows realization, the result is not confusion. It is clarity. What is about to unfold will feel natural, purposeful, and deeply connected to everything that began with those tears, guiding both paths toward the same moment of understanding. The silence around her no longer feels empty, it feels intentional, like a pause placed there on purpose. She moves through this moment with awareness, sensing that what comes next will not need force or explanation. Everything inside her has already agreed. Stay till the end, because when inner agreement happens, reality begins to respond in subtle but powerful ways that most people overlook until it is too late. She recognizes now that this entire journey was never about confusion, but about timing. Every delay protected her. Every unanswered moment shaped her readiness. Don't skip this, because understanding timing changes how you interpret everything that came before. Something huge is waiting for you in this realization, because when timing aligns, actions stop feeling risky and start feeling inevitable. Now she stands at the edge of expression, calm and steady. No urgency, no fear, just clarity. What she carries forward is not emotion, but truth refined by experience. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when truth finally steps into the open, it does not arrive as noise. It arrives as certainty, and that certainty is about to touch more than one life in a way that will soon become unmistakably clear. A quiet resolve now wraps around her thoughts, firm and unshakable, as if the decision has rooted itself deep within her. She no longer revisits the what-ifs or the imagined outcomes; those questions have lost their grip. What matters now is alignment, and she feels it clearly, steadily, without resistance. Stay till the end, because when resolve settles like this, it signals that the inner work is complete and the outer world is about to respond. This is the stage where unseen forces begin to rearrange circumstances, conversations, and timing to match what has already been decided inside. She notices how her emotions have shifted from intensity to precision. Nothing feels scattered anymore. Every thought has direction. Every pause has meaning. The tears from hours ago were not wasted. They refined her clarity. Don't skip this, because refinement is what turns emotion into purpose. Something huge is waiting for you in this precision, because when someone becomes precise about their truth, misunderstandings dissolve and reality sharpens. What once felt complicated now feels simple, not because it is small, but because it is finally honest. Now, the moment ahead feels closer than ever, almost tangible. She senses that the next interaction, the next exchange, will carry weight far beyond its surface. Words will land differently. Silence will speak louder. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when readiness reaches this level, the universe does not delay its response. What began as a private breakdown has transformed into a quiet alignment that is about to reveal its purpose. The connection forming now is not accidental, not forced, and not fragile. It is steady, intentional, and moving toward a point where understanding becomes unavoidable, and everything that once felt unclear finally falls into place. The atmosphere shifts again, softer yet more focused, as if everything has slowed down to ensure nothing is missed. She feels present in a way she hasn't before, aware of each moment without overthinking it. This presence is powerful because it leaves no room for distraction or denial. Stay till the end, because when presence deepens like this, it prepares the ground for something real to arrive without resistance. She understands now that whatever is about to happen does not need to be dramatic to be meaningful. Meaning reveals itself through timing, through the way moments unfold naturally. Don't skip this, because natural unfolding is how lasting changes are made. Something huge is waiting for you in this simplicity, because simplicity strips away confusion and leaves only truth standing. As this awareness settles, she is no longer waiting, she is ready. Ready without tension, ready without fear. The next step is no longer a question, only a moment away from becoming real. Stay till the end of this journey, because when readiness meets opportunity, the result feels undeniable. What began with tears is now completing its transformation into clarity, and that clarity is about to make its presence known in a way that will feel both surprising and deeply familiar. The moment approaches quietly, almost gently, as if respecting everything that came before it. She feels no rush now, only a steady awareness that the waiting has done its work. What once felt distant has moved into reach, not by force, but by alignment. Stay till the end, because when alignment completes itself, it delivers answers without needing to ask questions. This is the kind of moment that reshapes understanding rather than demanding reaction. She realizes that the tears were never meant to be hidden or forgotten. They were signals, marking the exact point where truth took precedence over comfort. Don't skip this, because signals like these guide outcomes more than effort ever could. Something huge is waiting for you in this recognition, because when truth is acknowledged on this level, it begins to move outward, influencing conversations, decisions, and timing in ways that feel intentional rather than accidental. Now, everything feels ready to reveal itself. Not all at once, not loudly, but clearly. The space between anticipation and reality narrows until it almost disappears. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when that final distance closes, understanding will arrive without confusion. What began as a private moment of release is now standing at the edge of expression, prepared to show why it happened, why it mattered, and why it could never be ignored. The reveal does not rush in, it settles, calm and undeniable, like a truth that no longer needs protection. She recognizes this feeling instantly, the sense of arrival after a long internal journey. Everything that once felt scattered now holds a single direction. Stay till the end, because moments like this do not announce themselves loudly, yet they change the course of everything that follows. She understands now that the crying was the threshold, not the story itself. It was the moment her heart aligned with what it already knew. Don't skip this, because alignment is what transforms emotion into meaning. Something huge is waiting for you in this meaning, because when understanding reaches this depth, it begins to shape reality instead of reacting to it. Now the path forward is clear, not dramatic, but true. A truth is ready to be lived, not just felt. Stay till the end of this journey, because what comes next will not feel like chance or coincidence. It will feel inevitable, as if everything that led here had only one possible outcome. The echo of her tears fades completely now, replaced by certainty, and that certainty is the quiet force that will carry this story into its next chapter. The chapter does not close with noise or finality, it settles into understanding. She feels complete in a way that does not need validation, as if the long inner conversation has finally reached agreement. This completeness is calm, steady, and unshaken by outside opinions. Stay till the end, because when inner agreement is reached, the external world begins to mirror it in ways that feel both subtle and profound. She recognizes that everything unfolded exactly as it needed to. No moment was wasted, no tear unnecessary. Each step led her here, to this point of quiet certainty. Don't skip this, because acceptance transforms memory into wisdom. Something huge is waiting for you in this wisdom, because when lessons are fully integrated, they guide future encounters with clarity rather than confusion. Now, what remains is presence. No anticipation, no resistance, just awareness of what is. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when presence replaces expectation, life responds with precision. What began with a night of tears has resolved into understanding, and that understanding now carries forward, ready to shape what comes next with intention, truth, and an unmistakable sense of purpose. The stillness deepens, not as an ending, but as a confirmation. She feels anchored in herself, unmoved by doubt, untouched by urgency. This is the kind of stillness that comes only after everything important has been faced. Stay till the end, because stillness like this is not empty. It is full of meaning, and it signals that something essential has finally settled into place. She understands now that nothing more needs to be proven or explained. The journey has done its work. What once demanded answers now rests in quiet certainty. Don't skip this, because certainty reshapes how the future unfolds. Something huge is waiting for you in this certainty, because when someone stands firmly in their truth, it changes the energy of every interaction that follows. Now, life moves forward with a different rhythm. Slower, clearer, intentional. What comes next will not feel forced or unexpected, it will feel right. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because when alignment reaches this point, outcomes arrive naturally. What began as an unseen moment of release has matured into clarity, and that clarity is now ready to guide everything that follows with calm strength and purpose. The understanding now feels complete, not because everything has been revealed, but because nothing remains hidden within her. She carries a quiet confidence, the kind that does not need reassurance or applause. This confidence is rooted in truth, and truth has a way of stabilizing everything it touches. Stay till the end, because when truth settles this deeply, it becomes the foundation for what comes next. She looks back without heaviness, seeing the journey as a necessary unfolding rather than a struggle. Every pause, every delay, every tear played its role. Don't skip this, because reflection without regret is a sign of growth. Something huge is waiting for you in this growth, because when growth is genuine, it reshapes future connections in ways that feel natural and aligned. Now, the path ahead feels open and unburdened. There is no rush, no resistance, only readiness. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because readiness invites the right moments at the right time. What began as a private release has evolved into clarity and strength, and that strength is now prepared to guide the next chapter with purpose, balance, and quiet assurance. The story reaches its quiet resolution, not with final words, but with deep knowing. She stands fully present in herself, no longer defined by what broke her open, but by what she gathered from it. This is the kind of ending that feels like a beginning in disguise. Stay till the end, because when a journey completes this way, it leaves behind something stronger than answers, it leaves clarity that cannot be shaken. She no longer waits for signs or confirmations. What mattered has already been felt, accepted, and integrated. The past no longer pulls at her, and the future no longer rushes her. Don't skip this, because peace earned through understanding carries power. Something huge is waiting for you in this peace, because when someone reaches it, their presence alone begins to influence what unfolds next. Now, everything continues forward naturally. No tension. No confusion. Just alignment. The tears from that room are no longer echoes, they are lessons fulfilled. Stay till the end of this realization, because what began as an unseen moment of release has completed its purpose. The story does not end here. It stabilizes here, grounded in truth, ready for whatever comes next with calm certainty and unwavering direction. The final shift arrives without ceremony, as if it has always been here, waiting to be noticed. She carries herself differently now, not changed in who she is, but clearer in how she moves through the world. Nothing feels unfinished. Nothing feels unresolved. Stay till the end, because when completion feels this quiet, it means the lesson has been fully absorbed and no longer needs repetition. She understands that the night of tears was a doorway, and she has already walked through it. There is no need to look back or question what could have been different. What mattered has already shaped her. Don't skip this, because acceptance at this level releases the past completely. Something huge is waiting for you in this release, because when the past loosens its grip, the present becomes powerful and the future becomes flexible. Now, life continues with steadiness and intent. No dramatic turns, no sudden shocks, just truth lived honestly. Stay till the end of this realization, because what remains after everything settles is authenticity. The story that began in silence now moves forward in clarity, and that clarity does not need to announce itself. It simply exists, guiding each next step with calm strength, certainty, and purpose. The journey completes itself here, not as an ending, but as a grounding. She stands fully aware of who she is and what she carries, without needing approval, reassurance, or explanation. The tears that once fell are no longer memories of pain, they are markers of transformation. Stay till the end, because when a story resolves like this, it leaves behind something rare, clarity that does not fade with time. She understands now that nothing was accidental. Every emotion, every pause, every moment of uncertainty served a purpose. What once felt overwhelming was guiding her toward alignment, toward truth lived instead of hidden. Don't skip this, because understanding purpose reshapes how life unfolds next. Something huge is waiting for you in this understanding, because when clarity is complete, it influences far more than one path, it settles energy across everything it touches. Now, there is no tension left to resolve. Only presence. Only truth. Only forward movement that feels natural and steady. Stay till the end of this realization, because what began with a single night of tears has fulfilled its role. The story does not need continuation to prove its meaning. It stands complete, rooted in awareness, ready to move forward quietly, powerfully, and without doubt.